All right, if my mom can go like this and land on that triad, which you see on this chart right here, we're gonna go over all this. You can do it too. So a triad, what is it? The who, what, where, when, why, how. A triad is a 3-note chord. So think of it like this real quick. And this is video 6 on a playlist. We're gonna do 12 major, 12 minor triads. I'm doing a brand new chart, which you see here linked below. So if you have like a C, let's say you play a C bar chord. Okay, see, there's 6 notes there. What if you just want to play the triad? There's a C major triad here, there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, the one we're doing today here, there's one here. So you see how it's different flavors. There's one here. That's all this is. I'm just adding tools to your toolbox. Okay. And my mom knows a ton of theory. She's a music teacher, but she's learning how to apply it to the guitar. So if any of this sounds like, just stay here. The people that have left, they're not going to improve. Bye-bye to them, but you're still here, so let's keep this rolling. I really want you to do all 12 of these, all 12 major, all 12 minor, and your playing is going to skyrocket. I use these in everything I do. My band, my acoustic duo, recording by myself, triads, triads, triads. Okay, so on the top left of this chart, again, linked below, you're going to see it says 351 first inversion, 351. Triad on the ADG Stringset. Now, if you look on the far left, you see how there's a red box? I call that the Eddie box because my friend Eddie's like, dude, you gotta put, he plays, he's learning, he's been playing a while, but he's like, you gotta put a red box around that just so people understand you're just using that as a reference point. So if you look, we're playing on the ADG strings, okay? So this is the ADG string set, the 351 on the ADG string set. Now, when you watch this playlist, and you burn all these in the brain, and you download all the charts and start using them, it's all gonna click for you. Okay, now below that, back on the top left, see where it says the R, or root note, is the same thing as the 1. Now you see the chart right here, it says 3-5-R. Let's just, whoop, get rid of that. Same exact thing, the only thing that changed is we went from the R to a 1 in the red circle, okay? Now, right there I wrote, because people have actually said this. They've been confused on this. Maybe you're not, maybe you are. They're like, well, is the R the same thing as the 1? Yes, the root is the 1. So here, see what I'm saying in the musical language? Someone might say play a 3-5-R or 351. They might just say play a first inversion. There's so many ways someone might say it, okay? A lot of people have no clue what this means, but not you. You're going to learn all this. Okay, so the root is the 1. So we're just going to stay on this chart that says 3-5-1, but the other chart's in there that says 3-5-R. Okay, bottom left. Who, what, where, when, why, how? Like, how is a triad made? Where does it come from? So it comes from the major scale. So if I went, which is a C major scale, okay, you could play it in many positions, but if I took the first, third, and fifth note, C, E, G, 1, 3, 5, that's how you construct a triad, okay? those are the notes you need. You need a C, an E, and a G. Now in this case, we're playing, right here, we're playing what notes? E, G, C, okay? Which is why this is a first inversion. So when you take the third and put that as the lowest fundamental note, right here, see that? How that's like closest to your chin? It's on the A string. So E, G, C, or 3-5-1. So it's just a different flavor, because people ask me all the time, well, why should I learn all 12? Because trust me, someday you're just gonna want a different flavor of that triad. It's just like cooking, right? We don't use the same spices over and over. And my mom's learning all these, and she's calling me every day. I've had other friends that are super stoked. My neighbor Bruce down the street, I've talked about, he's learning all these. Okay, so it comes from the major scale, the blueprint for everything. Now, let's talk about how it's constructed. I'm just planting little seeds of knowledge in your head, okay? And I want you to kind of understand over time. Even if it makes 0 sense, let's just put it in there, because I'm going to stay consistent. And it's gonna click. So 3-5-1. So if you look, a 3-5-1 triad is made by stacking 2 intervals. An interval is the distance between 2 notes. So if we went between the 3 and the 5, and I wrote this on the bottom right of the chart, it says C3 to 5 is a minor third interval, distance between 2 notes. Sometimes you're just gonna wanna play an interval, okay? Again, this is your musicality. This is how it connects. This is why I'm showing you this. And then from the 5 to the root, and what is the root again? The root is the 1, okay? I could have wrote 5 to 1, same thing. That's a perfect fourth. So a minor third stacked on a perfect fourth. You play all 3. There is a 351 or first inversion triad. Okay, you You follow me. If you're not, just drop a question, drop a comment. Let us know where you are in your journey. But I want you to watch this whole playlist. So watch what I link back at the end and catch up and watch the first 5. We're going to keep this rolling. Okay, new chart for everyone. Now, how could we actually use this? That little move I did in the beginning was kind of fun. So I would go like this. I show you every video. Just kind of, okay, just see if you can land the shape. Because remember, triads are shapes, okay? And what's cool, if you watch the video I did a couple of days ago, the 5th one of this series, it's the same shape, right? It's just on the ADG string set. So instead of here, excuse me, we're playing it here. Same notes, E, G, C, E, G, C, okay? So try this, play this power chord. See this C power chord right here? I've got my pointer finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, and I'm barring on the 5th fret on the D and G string, C. Now see if you can go like this. I did this last video. Take your ring finger and go up here to the 5th fret on the A, and then slide up to the 3. You guys have all heard this in songs, listen. Right? They're just going from a chord, like a C, and then they're sliding into that inversion. It's a killer little move. If you guys know any songs that do that, because I know there's a ton that's I'm just not coming to memory now, just drop it in the comments. So for example, if we did we go. So you can use that move all over. Again, this is how you connect the dots with the triads, all right? So see if you can just get that shape. Now, rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. So make sure you internalize your rhythm. So for now, take your driving rhythm hand out of it. This is what keeps everything going. Okay, rhythm is going to be your best friend, so do not. Rhythm, repetition, repetition, rhythm, okay? The 2 R's. So just see if you can get the shape, okay? And I need you to recognize that's a shape. You're going to see when you move through this playlist how these are all shapes. If you want to, go from the C open chord and see if you can nail that inversion we're learning. First inversion, 351, 3-5, watch. This is great. What if you just got that today? Makes you a better player. What if you've never done this? You know, it kind of makes me sad that there's millions of players out there that will never do this once. Now, there's things that could probably be said about me too, but we want to keep exploring and keep expanding. That's how you get bored, you hit plateaus, that's how you quit. So just keep challenging yourself. Arpeggiate it, pick it. To the open chord. Go back and watch my playlist and start adding in those other ones like this. Kind of giving you a little bit of an end game there. Okay, so you got a lot of work cut out for you. And look, this is what it really boils down to in life. If you want anything, you got to go after it, all right? So don't throw blame on anything but yourself if you're not sitting down and putting in the time. Now, I get it. We don't have attention spans, but you need to have one to get great at guitar. I'm giving you all the tools, but add these triads. I'm hearing from everyone I'm showing, all the comments. I love hearing from you guys. So grab the chart. Let's keep this thing rolling. Okay, I'm going to keep going slow. I'm going to keep being very repetitive, just like you have to be on guitar. Maybe take your pick out of it. Pick it with your... I'm always thinking of ideas to get better. See, I'm always trying things. That's what you need to do. Use your musicality. Use your expression. All right, enough. I just get excited teaching you guys this stuff. All right, drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creatures in the comments. We have memberships. I'm going to put a link to the newsletter pinned in the comments once this video goes live. And you guys, let's just keep it going. You guys, music's fun. We got to have fun. F-U-N, 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 triads, triads, triads. All right, see you in the next video. You know what buttons to hit. Let's keep it rolling. Peace.